As a way to generate discussion and get our members thinking in different ways, the Multimedia SIG presented its members with a new 3-minute challenge. The rules of this challenge were: 1. A strict 3-minute time limit. 2. The contents of the videos could be still photographs and/or video clips. 3. No rules for music or animation, and, oh yeah, they had to be black and white only. Several members took a shot at this challenge. First up, Barb Woolard examines The Allure of the Cowboy, a Western-themed black and white exhibition. Takes us on a recent northern New York outing, shot and edited entirely on her iPhone. Larry Springford provided a most unique narration in this look at the Old West.
Come, strap on your chaps and your big spurs too, and wrangle your horses as soon as you're through. Better catch up a dozen, for one won't do, for we're starting today for the roundup. There'll be Shorty and Frenchie and Bacon Rind Joe, and a rough riding outfit from 7XO. There'll be steaks that are juicy and beans that is rich. There'll be steers that is ugly and horses that pitch. There'll be yelling and hooting and maybe some shooting, and plenty of fun at the roundup. We must crawl from our tarps at the breaking of morn, and spend the whole day between cantle and horn, over hills and up gulches with never a rest, till the day flickers out on the hills to the west. There is loping and roping and no time for moping. It's work for good men on the roundup. There is noise on the mountains and dust on the plains, and the cattle string out of the dry sandy drains, while the far-scattered punchers are urging them in with words that smell strong of original sin, with a racing and chasing and often bout facing, and that is the edge of the roundup. And when it is over, the whole blamed force draws liquefied joy from its nearest source. Then there's happiness, fights, and at last remorse. That's mostly the end of a roundup. Far across the sunny ranges, up the foothill through the pass, winds the trail we used to travel, rain-washed now and dim with grass. It is hard to trace, old partner, only we know where it lies, we that learned its lonely reaches with the sunset in our eyes. You can trace it down the ridges and along the canyon rim, but a steel bridge leaps the river where our horses used to swim. Our old fort is full of quicksand, and the old blazed trees are down, gone to feed the hungry engines in some smoky mining town. Do you mind that stretch of prairie where we fought the Reds away? Hi, old pard, do you remember how the bullets hummed that day? Now it's farms and green alfalfa instead of open grassy plain, and our wild old trail is sobered to a sleepy country lane. Further on you'd hardly know it, all the old landmarks are changed. There are gardens now and orchards where our saddle horses ranged, and the trail is cut to pieces, crossed with road and fence and lawn, till at last you come to asphalt, and the dim old track is gone. Gone! The years fly on, old partner, and the last faint wheel tracks fade. We are scattered like the ashes of the campfires that we made. Our old trail is nigh forgotten. Fields are green and cities rise, where we camped and fought and journeyed with the sunset in our eyes.
Ron Berry takes us on a hiking trip in the beautiful Dolomite Mountains of Italy. Jerry Lewis recreates a documentary style of days gone by in this visit to Laos in 1966.
In the fall of 1966, I flew to Southeast Asia and arrived in the Royal Kingdom of Laos as a new member of the International Voluntary Services Forward Area Team. The capital city, Vientiane, was a bustling city of relatively small size. Laos is about the size of the state of Oregon, with a population of only 2.5 million people in 1966. I traveled to isolated areas in northern Laos. This particular trip was made on the main road north from Vientiane in a four-wheel drive vehicle. The paved road quickly deteriorated to a muddy path into the northern mountains. I organized and supplied self-help projects in the villages I worked in. Projects included concrete-lined hand-dug wells, dispensary and school buildings. And in one area, the country's largest gabion, or rock-filled dam, providing water for dry season irrigation of rice paddies. The Lao New Year, or Pi Mai, is celebrated by decorating bamboo tubes, which are packed with black powder at the top end. The rockets are paraded through the village. And decorated along the way with paper flowers. These primitive rockets are launched from bamboo scaffolding to encourage the clouds to release the annual rainy season deluge. The best rocket always wins next year's bragging rights throughout the valley.
Brian and Susan Lavender, on their travels in the American West, have found many interesting places in black and white.